you. You may all be seated. Well, once again, welcome to the Peace Awards, honoring many in the room tonight, including Federal Cabinet Minister Anita Anand, who is in Winnipeg, and Olena Zelenska, the First Lady of Ukraine. My name is Marcy Marcusa. I host CBC Radio's morning show, and it's a pleasure for me to be here tonight with all of you to celebrate peace. It's a pleasure to be emceeing tonight, especially at a time of turmoil in our world. It's nice to be able to stop and reflect on all of the people who are still fighting for peace. Before we continue, I would like to acknowledge we are on Treaty 1 territory. The original citizens here, the Anishinaabe, Cree, Anishinaabe, the Dakota Dene, and this is the homeland of the Métis. We are all treaty people in Manitoba in our journey of reconciliation in our beautiful province. It's also fitting for me because I started my day on the morning show talking about an Angus Reid poll, and they looked at all of the different provinces across Canada, and they were looking at divisive issues, the issues that divide us, the issues that don't bring us together in peace. And they found that Manitoba was an outlier, pulling away from other provinces in our willingness to continue to speak, to continue to seek conversation, to continue to seek friendship, to continue to seek understanding of one another. And I was so proud. Yeah, we should clap. So everyone knows how the evening's gone. I hope you already had some wonderful appetizers and food, and maybe you've had a beverage. We will be going through our program and delivering our awards tonight, and then we will be enjoying a buffet later in the evening. However, soup will be served at some point during our program as well, so that will be happening as well. We have special guests in the room tonight that I would like to acknowledge. The MLA-elect for Notre Dame, Malaya Marcelino, is with us. In addition, as mentioned, of course, the Honourable Anita Neville, who I've already mentioned, but the Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba, welcome. The Honourable Anita Anand, President of the Treasury Board and previous Minister of National Defence, as well as Public Services and Procurement. The Honourable Olena Zelenska whose accomplishments we will celebrate. She is absent tonight, but on her behalf, Ms. Joan Lewandowski is here, President of the Manitoba Council of Ukrainian-Canadian Congress, as well as members of the Congress with her tonight. Councillor and Acting Deputy Mayor Marcus Chambers is with us this evening. Councillor Devi Sharma is here with us. Welcome. Dr. Doug Elfson is with us, past MP, Charleswood, St. James, Assiniboia, Headingley. Mr. Kish Moda, Ms. Aisha Khan, CEO of the Canadian Museum for Human Rights, Mr. Matthew Cutler, Vice President of CMHR, as well with us tonight. Ms. Meena Gangpal Singh, the CEO of Friends of the CMHR, with us tonight as well. And a few more folks we'd like to acknowledge. Mr. Derek Dabby, who I always say Davy, but I know him really well. School trustee of the Seven Oaks School Division. As well as Mr. Sushil Kumar Sharma, Mr. Albert Altasi, Mr. Andrew Smith, Mr. Russ Wyatt, and Mr. Kamta Roy. Please, a big round of applause for all of our dignitaries. I would like to call upon the President and Vice President of the Mahatma Gandhi Centre, Mr. Sudhir Kumar and Mr. Anil Seda, to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Sudhir Kumar, and I'm the President of Mahatma Gandhi Centre. I start with the famous quote of Mahatma Gandhi, whom we always cherish: "Be the change that you wish to see in the world." That is a quote from Mahatma Gandhi, popular all around the world. We gather today to honor and paramount figure in the fight of human rights, Mahatma Gandhi. His life and teachings continue to resonate as a beacon of hope and inspiration, guiding us towards a world founded on the principles of justice, equality, and compassion. Gandhi's unwavering belief in the inheritance of dignity of every human being fueled his tireless efforts of civil rights and non-violent resistance. That's what Gandhi Center stands for. Gandhi's legacy is profound testament of the power of peaceful activism. Through the doctrine of nonviolence, he showcased the lasting change can be achieved without the resorting of aggression. His principle of satyagraha, the truth force, taught us that peaceful protests and civil disobedience could confront and conquer injustice. This enduring philosophy has echoed through the halls of history, inspiring countless human rights movements worldwide. In spirit of Mahatma Gandhi, let us renew our commitment to upholding human rights for all. Let us advocate the world where every individual rights are valued and protected. Gandhi's timeless wisdom beckons us to the agents of positive change, fostering a global society that respects the rights and dignity of each and every one of us. I would now like my Vice President Anil Sera to say a few words what our future of Mahatma Gandhi is and what we want to perform in the further years for the students and the community. Anil Sera.
Thank you, Sudhir. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's a truly inspiring evening today in the spirit of peace, unity, and the enduring legacy of Mahatma Gandhi. I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to everyone who's here. We will start this event by recognizing the efforts and the legacy of our founder, Dr. Krishnamurti Dakshinamurti, who has been truly an inspiration for us. Unfortunately, he passed away last year, but we are going to continue his good work and carry on his message of following Mahatma Gandhi's principles ahead. As Sudhir alluded, the Mahatma Gandhi Center of Canada is involved with many social causes. And as we proceed ahead with following some of those social causes, we want to expand in the days ahead and the months ahead and implement certain aspects that directly impact the community, directly impact our youths, and influence them positively. Just before COVID, we used to have an annual Mahatma Gandhi Peace Walk, so we are going to begin that again, and we've had great support from the community in the past, and we would move that to the summer instead of doing that on his birth anniversary, Mahatma Gandhi's birth anniversary on October 2nd. Each year on October 2nd, we do a garlanding ceremony at the Mahatma Gandhi statue at the Canadian Museum of Human Rights. And we are very fortunate that Mahatma Gandhi's statue is right at the entrance of the CMHR. And we look forward to some initiatives around beautifying that statue. And we would hope to get support from all levels of government, CMHR and the forks that are involved with it, and we'll present our proposal ahead. We are also looking to strengthen the youth to participate more with the Mahatma Gandhi Center of Canada. This future generation has to be influenced in a way that they understand the principles of peace, nonviolence, and actually follow them so that the society we live in is a more peaceful society, a more cohesive society, and we have respect for each other. With this, I would also want to make sure that each and every one of you who's here continue supporting us. We need active participation from the community in our initiatives. There are some very distinguished individuals in this audience today, and we hope to continue receiving your support in the days ahead. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And now to bring greetings, Her Honor Anita Neville, the Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba.
Thank you, Marcy. Good evening, everyone. Minister Anand, welcome to Winnipeg. My friend Terry Duguid, it's indeed good to see you here tonight. Mr. Chambers, I'm so pleased that you're here on behalf of the city. And to all of the organizers and everyone here, it is a very great pleasure to be here tonight. As the King's representative in Manitoba, I'm pleased to join you this evening in celebrating those who, through service, example, and achievement, continue to advance the great legacy of Mahatma Gandhi. I am pleased to serve as honorary patron of this distinguished program and to lend my support to such an important organization, the guiding principles of which provide us with hope for a better world by recognizing and encouraging the best in humanity. Inspiring role models, this year's award recipients have shown themselves to be leaders who are making a positive impact on their communities, their countries, and the world through integrity, determination, and commitment to the greater good. The future depends on what we do in the present, said Gandhi, and this evening's honorees reflect the wisdom of that philosophy and action, as well as the power of the individual to make a genuine difference in this world. Your organization's late founder, Dr. Krishna Dakshinamurti, was himself a difference maker, a brilliant physician, a researcher, a dedicated proponent of global peace. He left an indelible mark on our province, setting a high standard of community service along the way. In that same spirit of exemplary public service, this evening will officially recognize the significant achievements and many good works of Canadian Treasury Board President, the Honorable Anita Anand, who I am really so pleased has come to Winnipeg tonight. An accomplished lawyer, yes, clap. She is an accomplished lawyer, an esteemed public servant. Her professional credits are numerous and laudable, including her most recent leadership roles in enhancing public safety during the COVID-19 pandemic and coordinating our country's military aid to the Ukraine. A trailblazer, she is the first Hindu to become a federal minister in Canada. As First Lady of Ukraine, Olena Zaleska has exemplified remarkable grace, courage, and dedication in her ongoing efforts to protect her country's most vulnerable citizens amid the inherent challenges presented by a brutal, unjust war. Through her humanitarian efforts, she has brought light into the darkness of extreme adversity and helped countless innocents in need. Both are truly remarkable women and most deserving of the prestigious awards they will receive tonight. Indeed. Congratulations to the Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada's Board of Directors, volunteers, and supporters whose shared vision and hard work have made this program and evening of celebration possible. I wish you continued success and a very pleasant evening. I thank you. Merci, Megwech, and Shalom. Thank you. Oh, okay. Thank you.
Her Honor will remain on stage as she's going to be helping with presentation of some of our awards this evening. Thank you for your remarks. To introduce tonight's recipient of the 2023 Mahatma Gandhi Peace Award, I would like to invite to the stage Dr. Soumya Dakshinamurti.
Hello, everyone. I'm Soumya Dakshinamurthy, a proud daughter of a obviously very memorable father, and I'm really happy that we're all able to gather together today for this very special purpose. The Mahatma Gandhi Peace Award was instituted to celebrate individuals who have had a profound impact on the causes of peace, justice, and human rights across the world. This year's recipient is an acclaimed legal scholar who, like Mahatma Gandhi, has made a mark in the world of public service. The Honorable Anita Anand was first elected as a Member of Parliament for Oakville, Ontario in 2019. Currently the President of the Treasury Board, she previously served as the Minister of Public Services and Procurement during the height of the COVID pandemic, and subsequently as Minister of National Defence, only the second woman in Canada's history to hold this title. Ms. Anand holds a Bachelor of Arts, Honours in Political Studies from Queen's University, a Bachelor of Arts Honours in Jurisprudence from the University of Oxford, a Bachelor of Laws from Dalhousie University, and a Master of Laws from the University of Toronto. Before her political career, she was a professor in the Faculty of Law, first at Western University, then at Queen's University, and finally at the University of Toronto. From 2010 until her election to Parliament in 2019, she was academic director of the University of Toronto's Centre for the Legal Profession and director of its program on ethics in law and business. And then, as Federal Minister of Public Services and Procurement during the entire COVID pandemic, Ms. Anand was instrumental in ensuring that Canadians had access to desperately sought-after personal protective equipment. Once COVID vaccines became available, her efforts to procure vaccines helped lead Canada to one of the highest vaccination rates in the world, for which we are profoundly grateful. Thank you very much. Now, at the time that Ms. Anand was Canada's Defence Minister, former Supreme Court Justice Madame Louise Arbour, who was the 2022 Mahatma Gandhi Peace Award recipient, was reviewing the thorny issue of sexual misconduct in the Canadian Armed Forces. Last year, Justice Arbour provided the Department of National Defence with recommendations for transformative change to address these concerns and to better support survivors. Minister Anand displayed grace, leadership, and accountability in accepting all 48 of the recommendations and directing the DND and the Canadian Armed Forces to move forward on all of them in order to protect the people who protect us. She committed to undertake systemic reforms to protect the rights of victims and to improve the armed forces for the next generation. In 2022, Anita Anand was awarded a Global Citizen Award by the United Nations Association of Canada. This award recognizes role models who have shown generosity, creativity, leadership, and solution-seeking, and applied their talents to the challenges they have identified in their local communities, in the country, and in the world. A very well-deserved award. Very happy to know that you're here to receive this next one. Almost 100 years ago, Mahatma Gandhi wrote that it is individual determination that impacts real change, and that it is personal commitment that leads to community and societal change. And he was a very vocal proponent of the empowerment of leadership in women. We are proud and honored to recognize a distinguished leader amongst us today. With her impressive record of legal accomplishments, as well as her commitment to public service in Canada, the Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada is honored to present the 2023 Mahatma Gandhi Peace Award to the Honorable Anita Anand.
The Lieutenant Governor now, of course, officially presenting the award. A couple of snaps, and then we'll have a few words. Please, once again, Minister Anita Anand.
Your Honor, Lieutenant Governor Neville, Sudhir Kumar, Anil Seda, and the daughters of Dr. Dak, I understand that's how he was referred to, city councilors and members of the Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada, thank you so much for honoring me with this award this evening. Before I express my deepest gratitude for the honor of receiving this award, I would like to take a moment to acknowledge the remarkable individuals who are sharing this moment this evening with me today. One such exemplary figure, of course, is First Lady Olena Zelenska, a tireless champion for peace and a beacon of inspiration in her own right. I met her last time she was in Canada, and she is nothing but kind and generous. And my congratulations also to the other community award winners here this evening, notably Terry Duguid, my friend, whose really mantra is in his last name, which is do good. And Doug, Dr. Elson, it's great to see you here this evening with your spouse and Sumaya and your spouse sister. You're in my thoughts. Our fathers passed away last year within days of each other. And my daughter, before I came here this evening, I was saying how sad I was that my parents aren't here to see this because it would be so meaningful for them. And my daughter said, "Mom, if you're a true Hindu, you would know that they are here with you." So I wanted to stand before you today to thank you so much and humbly accept the Gandhi Peace Award. The recognition carries with it a weight of responsibility and a commitment to the ideals of Mahatma Gandhi, those ideals that he lived and died for, the pursuit of nonviolence, the unwavering belief in the inherent goodness of humanity. I wanted to just mention that Gandhiji has loomed very, very large in my family, as it has, I believe, in yours, Sumaya. The influence he has had on my life and my family's life is just really difficult to describe. I'll start by saying he's one of the reasons that my parents got married, because my grandfather, Velalore Anaswamy Sundaram, V.A. Sundaram, was a disciple of Gandhiji, an activist in the India independence movement, worked alongside Gandhiji in the salt marches, was imprisoned with Gandhiji, and ultimately Gandhiji sent him. Gandhiji felt that he was not really cut out for a life of fasting and hardship that entails, and so he sent my grandfather to Europe as the disciple in Europe to meet with people like Albert Einstein and Somerset Maugham to carry the message forward. And so my own father had moments with Mahatma Gandhi in Banaras Hindu University where Gandhiji took my dad for long walks. My dad could recite the Bhagavad Gita, all 18 chapters, in Sanskrit by memory. And so Gandhiji thought that was impressive, I guess, and would ask my father to do that routinely. Of course, I'm still working on chapter 2 in Sanskrit, and it's difficult. I know that Terry has mastered Sanskrit. Am I right, Terry? But all that to say that I wanted to emphasize that this isn't just another evening for me. This is an extremely special moment. Gandhiji is close to my family's history, close to my heart, and his teachings, as we have seen here this evening and we see every day, really transcend time, and they are a guiding light for everyone who strives for a more just and peaceful world. I'll say that, you know, this is obviously a tribute that I would love my parents to know about, but more importantly, I think, is it's a tribute to individuals and communities across this world who are working collectively to build bridges, not walls, to heal wounds, not inflict harm, and to seek dialogue, not conflict. We know so well that this is a world at this moment in time where division and discord sometimes seem insurmountable. And so the teachings of Gandhi remind us that change begins within. And his teachings are a call to self-reflection, challenging us all to embody the values that we wish to see in this world, striving for peace and remembering that it's not a passive state, but an active pursuit that requires courage and compassion and a commitment to understanding. I want to close by saying that the award, therefore, is a call to collective action. And all of us in our own hearts must decide what that call to collective action is. How are we going to live those principles every day? And I know sometimes when I'm sitting in the House of Commons, I'm thinking to myself, how best do I reflect the values that I ran on, that I was elected on, and that I want to continue to emulate? And those values stem back to the teachings of Mahatma Gandhi, and therefore my parents who followed his teachings so closely. So thank you so much for this award. I'm deeply, deeply honored. In fact, when Sudhir wrote to me to come to Winnipeg to receive this award, I didn't realize that I was getting the award. I thought that I was helping to present it. It took me a while to realize that I was actually going to be receiving the award. So I'm very grateful for to you all for recognizing and honoring me with this award. Now, a final quote to close. We have seen many quotes and heard some quotes of Mahatma Gandhi this evening. And of course, his quotations and his teachings are before us on the screen. There's one right there. But I thought I would close with a quote from Rabindranath Tagore. Now, we know that Gandhiji and Tagore did not agree on many things, but they did agree on the importance of service. And I know that this quote from Tagore would be one that reflects Gandhiji's principles of service also. And what Tagore said, "I slept and dreamt that life was joy. I awoke and saw that life was service. I acted, and behold, service was joy." Service is joy, and I'm so grateful to be here tonight to accept this award. Thank you so much. Namaskar.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Anita Anand. What a moving acceptance speech. That was amazing. Learning everything about your father. Grateful that you can be with us in Winnipeg tonight. I would now like to call back up to the stage Dr. Soumya Dakshinamurthy, who will now introduce tonight's recipient of a new award, the Mahatma Gandhi Global Peace Award in the memory of founding President Dr. Dak. We're all thinking of his big bow tie and his big smile.
That's right. Big bow tie, big smile, very huge legacy in a small but potent package. So, this year's inaugural Mahatma Gandhi Global Peace Award celebrates a remarkable woman who has used her position and her voice to help the most vulnerable victims of war, and who has become, like Mahatma Gandhi himself once was, a beacon of hope for her nation and for all who resist violent conflict. The First Lady of Ukraine, Madame Olena Zelenska. A famous person once said, and I'm paraphrasing here, "In a scary situation, look for the helpers. You will always find someone who's helping." Full disclosure, that was not Mahatma Gandhi, that was Mr. Rogers. In many, many ways, the world currently is a very scary place, with violence and armed conflict increasingly in the world's focus. The idea of looking for a helper can seem impossible. And that's the moment when someone like this year's Global Peace Award recipient steps up, takes on enormous challenges for the betterment of others, and becomes an inspiration in her own country, in Canada, and across the world. Olena Zelenska became the First Lady of Ukraine in 2019 when her husband Volodymyr Zelensky became the President of Ukraine. As First Lady, she initiated projects for improving child health and safer schools, fighting gender-based violence, and creating barrier-free environments to promote accessibility in society. As a scriptwriter and musician in her own right, she has been active in the field of cultural diplomacy. And then, in 2022, Russia invaded Ukraine. Madame Zelenska could have left the country, come to a safer place, but she didn't. She has stayed and has focused her humanitarian efforts on the most vulnerable people, returning stolen Ukrainian children to their homes, assisting the evacuation of orphans, the elderly, people who are sick and who have disabilities to safer regions, speaking out against sexual violence in occupied territories, working for education and healthcare, both physical healthcare and very desperately needed mental health care in war-ravaged regions, and working to preserve Ukrainian culture and heritage for that blessed time when peace will come again. To that end, she initiated the Books Without Borders project to send books in the Ukrainian language to children who have been evacuated to foreign countries to preserve the connection to their culture. She has created the Olena Zelenska Foundation with a goal to restore Ukraine's human capital. The foundation has 3 key aims: medicine, education, and humanitarian aid. It invests in reconstructing destroyed educational institutions and clinics. It provides grants for training and scientific development. And it also provides ongoing, targeted social relief for those who need it the most. Madame Zelenska has been recognized by the BBC and by Time magazine as one of the most influential people of the year. Last December, she received the Hillary Rodham Clinton Award presented by the Georgetown Institute for Women, Peace, and Security, and this was for exceptional leadership in promoting women's rights and creating a more peaceful and secure world. Mahatma Gandhi knew an awful lot about perseverance through occupation, through war, through genocide. He knew that the true spirit of a nation is in its people, and that in the darkest of days, it is more important than ever to keep hope alive by helping however one can. She's not here today, but I would say to her, Madame Zelenska, thank you for being one of the helpers. For her humanitarian efforts in the midst of the devastating war forced upon her country, for her courage in staying and working for health and education in the most dangerous of situations, we salute her, and the Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada is honored to bestow the inaugural Global Peace Award 2023 to Ukrainian First Lady, Madame Olena Zelenska. And we would call upon, from the Ukrainian Congress, I believe we will have someone receiving this award for her. Thank you.
Thank you. I have those details. I didn't get to the stage quickly enough, but yes, to accept on Olena Zelenska's behalf, Joan Lewandowski is here from the Ukrainian Canadian Congress, who has worked tirelessly, as has the whole Congress, to welcome Ukrainians to Manitoba. Joan. Amazing. I can take that for you, Joan.
Your Honor, Lieutenant Governor Anita Neville, Honorable Minister Anita Anand, distinguished directors and members of the Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada, members of Parliament, Manitoba Legislature, City Councillors who are present here this evening, ladies and gentlemen, friends. Olena Volodymyrovna Kyashko-Zelenska was born in Kryvyi Rih, Ukraine in 1978. A graduate of Kryvyi Rih Technical University, prior to becoming the First Lady of Ukraine, Ms. Zelenska was a screenwriter for the popular Kravatel 95 TV show, which starred her husband, the President of Ukraine, Volodymyr Zelensky. Her role as a social activist began long before the war erupted and has three main directions: the health of future generations, equal opportunities, and cultural diplomacy. Olena Zelenska initiated such projects as the improvement of the school food system and the development of the national strategy for a safe school environment, the fight against domestic and gender-based violence, creation of a barrier-free environment, and the introduction of audio guides in Ukrainian museums around the world. Since the full-fledged invasion of Ukraine by Russia in February 2022, the First Lady of Ukraine's efforts have increased tremendously, focusing on humanitarian aid, especially the evacuation of children with disabilities and the importing of incubators to hospitals to war zone areas. At the initiative of the First Lady, numerous projects in the field of medicine are being developed. Children with severe cases of cancer are being evacuated abroad for advanced treatment. And equipment for children's hospitals is being secured, in particular, incubators for newborn. In the humanitarian sphere, Olena Zelenska is helping to send orphans to temporary stays abroad. Within war-torn Ukraine, the First Lady oversees the delivery of humanitarian aid to family-type orphanages, large families, and elderly people who have remained and live in the liberated territories. The First Lady has also initiated, as we heard, the project Books Without Borders, whereby more than 260,000 books in Ukrainian were printed for children who were displaced due to Russian aggression and found temporary shelter in 20 world countries, including Canada. Another project, Ukrainian Bookshelf, under the patronage of the First Lady, distributes Ukrainian literature to more than 20 of the world's leading libraries. In the Barrier-Free Handbook, launched by the First Lady, a section has been created with wartime tips and instructions for families dealing with disabilities, the elderly, and their loved ones. Ms. Zelenska also initiated the creation of the National Program of Mental Health and Psychosocial Support, designed to help Ukrainians overcome the consequences of the traumatic events of the war. As we have heard, in September 2022, Olena launched her foundation at the Charity Evening in New York City at the 77th UN General Assembly. Its goal is to restore Ukraine's human capital so that every Ukrainian feels physically and mentally healthy, protected, and able to exercise their right to education, work, and build a future in Ukraine. The Foundation's three directions are medicine, education, and humanitarian aid. Within these areas, it provides targeted assistance, invests in reconstructing preschool and school education institutions, polyclinics, and outpatient clinics, and provides grants for training and scientific developments. For her commitment to and leadership in promoting women's and children's rights, excuse me, Olena Zelenska has received a number of honors and awards, which the introduction had shared. As this brief biography of Ukraine's First Lady indicates, Olena Zelenska is truly a leader, a change agent, and an exemplary role model. She obviously exemplifies the fundamental philosophy of Mahatma Gandhi: be the change you wish to see in the world. Due to the ongoing Russian war in Ukraine, which is currently in its 20th month, First Lady Olena Zelenska is unable to be present in person to receive this inaugural Mahatma Gandhi Global Peace Award. The Ukrainian Canadian Congress, Manitoba Provincial Council, an umbrella organization representing Manitoba's almost 200,000 strong Ukrainian community, is truly pleased to gratefully accept this award on her behalf and will ensure that it is passed on to the Ukraine's First Lady in a timely manner. On behalf of the First Lady of Ukraine, Olena Zelenska, the Embassy of Ukraine in Canada, and the Ukrainian-Canadian Congress, I would like to sincerely thank the Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada and the organizers of this evening's gala event for this great honor. Congratulations to the other recipients. Thank you, merci beaucoup, дякую, slava Ukraini, heroyam slava, glory to Ukraine, glory to its heroes. I thank you.
Thank you so much, Joan, for accepting the award on behalf of Olena Zelenska. And I just want to take a moment to have a round of applause, please, for the work that our Ukrainian-Canadian Congress has done here in settling people as well to our province in these months since the conflict escalated. Joan and I were talking, and дякую, because I had no idea of the numbers. Saskatchewan has settled 4,500 refugees, just as by way of a comparison. In Manitoba, we've welcomed more than 20,000. Next, to bring greetings on behalf of the City of Winnipeg, Acting Deputy Mayor Marcus Chambers is here to say a few words. Please welcome him to the stage.
Thank you, Marcy, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Her Honor, Anita Neville, Minister Anita Anand, MP Terry Duguid. Like you, the mantra in his last name, Duguid. Little factoid, his middle name is Continues To. So his full name is Terry Continues to Do Good. I enjoy working with him in the south area of the city. Distinguished guests, welcome to the Mahatma Gandhi Awards Gala tonight. I'm humbled to bring greetings on behalf of His Worship Mayor Scott Gillingham, my council colleagues, and the City of Winnipeg as we honor and pay tribute to the awards recipients who have exemplified values of human rights, dignity, equity, and inclusion in their field. I wish to start by acknowledging that where Winnipeg is located on Treaty 1 territory, the ancestral lands of the Anishinaabe, Ojibwe, Inouye Cree, Oji Cree, Dene, and Dakota peoples, and is the birthplace of the Red River Métis Nation, and that the water that we drink is sourced from Shoal Lake 40, located in Treaty 3 territory. You know, the reason why I'm humbled to share a few words at this Gala Award ceremony tonight is because of the great man that it's named after, and because I'm profoundly moved by Gandhi's fundamental philosophy and his commitment to nonviolence to effect change. Today, I stand before you to emphasize the profound significance of Mahatma Gandhi and his unwavering commitment to nonviolence in the realms of politics. Gandhi, who is often referred to as the father of a nation of India, was not just a man. He was the embodiment of a timeless philosophy that continues to inspire change in unity across the globe. Gandhi's journey was a testament to the extraordinary power of nonviolence. His principles are rooted in the belief that true change can only be achieved through peaceful means. He led India's struggle for independence against British colonial rule, not through armed rebellion, but through civil disobedience and non-cooperation. Gandhi's mantra of Satgaya, which means nonviolence or love for all living beings, is a motto that we all should adopt. Gandhi's approach to politics was not merely about achieving freedom for a nation. It was about revolutionizing the way we perceive and practice politics. Gandhi proved that you can fight injustice without resorting to violence. He demonstrated that the strength of moral principles, truth, and compassion can be a formidable tool in any political battle. This nonviolent approach was not only passive, but was in fact courageous and an active stance against oppression. Gandhi's legacy extends far beyond the borders of India. His teachings have inspired civil rights movements and civil rights heroes like Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela, Henry David Thoreau, and numerous others who have sought social and political change through peaceful means. He has shown us that dialogue, empathy, and nonviolent resistance can not only bring political change, but also foster an enduring peace in society. You know, in today's world where conflicts and divisiveness persist, we only look to the conflict in Ukraine and the conflict now in Israel. Events like this across the world have a profound impact on our local community. You know, it was Martin Luther King that said, "A threat to justice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." And that conflicts that are a threat to democracy are, and more important, to civility and humanity worldwide. It is therefore important that we continue the dialogue of unity and nonviolence, that is a guiding light for those who strive for a just and a peaceful world. The lessons from his life teachings prove as a template that we can all stand up against injustice, discrimination, and inequity without resorting to violence. And in doing so, we can create a better world for all. As I conclude my remarks tonight, it's noticeable that Mahatma Gandhi's nonviolent approach to life is not just a chapter in history, but it is a timeless example of the power of peaceful resistance. His legacy teaches us that the path to justice and freedom be not paved with violence, but rather with love, with truth, and the unbreakable spirit of human determination. Let us carry forward this torch of his teachings and his works towards a world where peace and justice can prevail. Gandhi proved that the foundational excellence is built within the quality of our actions and the integrity of our intent to reflect positive growth in our community. I wish to extend my sincerest gratitude to the awards winners tonight, as you have demonstrated to your peers that you are committed to human rights and that your peers have deemed you as an esteemed candidate to be honored. I know this because our own Debbie Sharma was an awards recipient, and she's here tonight, and I want to congratulate her. It is my pleasure, on behalf of His Worship Mayor Scott Gillingham and my colleagues on City Council, that I congratulate you all as award winners and wish you well in your continued commitment towards the pursuit of human rights and values. Thank you very much. Merci and miigwech.
Thank you, Councillor Chambers, Acting Deputy Mayor of the City of Winnipeg. It's time now for the presentation of two awards, which I'm going to be presenting tonight, or I'll be telling you about the recipients, and we ask them to make their way to the stage to receive their awards and then say a few words. First, Dr. Joan Durant. These are two Community Development Awards. Yes, please, round of applause. Dr. Durant makes her way to the stage. Dr. Durant is a developmental psychologist and professor in the Community Health Sciences at the University of Manitoba. For more than 30 years, she has focused her research and her practice on the prevention of punitive violence against children. She co-authored the Joint Statement on Physical Punishment of Children and Youth, a knowledge transfer document which has been endorsed by more than 680 professional organizations in Canada. She was a member of the Research Advisory Committee of the UN Secretary General's Study on Violence Against Children. She created Positive Disciplines in Everyday Parenting, and that is a program that is now being implemented in more than 40 countries. She retired from U of M just this year, but she is not done, and she is tireless in her work. She is now focused on continuing her work globally. Tonight, we congratulate the recipient of the Community Development Award, one of two that will be given out, Dr. Joan Durand.
I'm very honored to receive this award. I'm quite overwhelmed, as a matter of fact. It's quite something to be in such distinguished company, and I feel quite humbled by this experience. I'm accepting this award on behalf of my team at Positive Discipline in Everyday Life, which is a not-for-profit organization that we founded right here in Winnipeg. And it's our guiding principle that every child has the right to grow up in peace from the very first moments of their life, and that every parent has the right to support in achieving that goal. We work with parents across Canada and around the world to help them raise their children without coercion or violence or humiliation. As I was quite inspired to see on the screen tonight, Mahatma Gandhi said that punishment does not purify, it hardens children. And we believe that by showing children that we can resolve conflict with respect and dignity, we can change the world. I'd also like to acknowledge all of the parents that we have worked with around the world over the last 15 or 20 years, and wherever we've gone, whether it's nomadic villages in Mongolia, Dadaab refugee camp, remote villages in Indonesia, conflict zones in the Middle East, and downtown Tokyo, Hanoi, Vancouver, and Toronto, we've been so inspired by the families who are so committed to building peace in their homes. And I think that that perhaps can give us all a bit of hope at this particular time. We encourage parents to see the world through their children's eyes, to have empathy and compassion for them, and to respect their children for who they truly are. I'm very grateful to my amazing team, and most of all, I'm eternally grateful to my husband Greg and my son Jonah, who've supported me in this work for so many years and have always believed in this vision of a childhood without violence. Thank you so much for this tremendous work.
Congratulations to Dr. Durand. I mentioned there is another award winner I'll be announcing. I just want to acknowledge, I told you there would be soup served at some point in the middle of our awards, and that's starting to happen. So please forgive some of the clinking. We'll try to keep it quiet, but you can enjoy that first course as we continue our awards. At Ukrainian weddings, I don't know if you do this at all weddings. I'm Ukrainian, so I know it's at all the weddings. You clank the glasses to kiss. If you feel like it, when you hear the soup bowls clanking. Next. As we continue onward with our next award tonight. Our second Community Development Award recipient, please welcome to the stage as I read out to all of the wonderful things he's done. Some of you have already heard about tonight, Terry Duguid. Terry Duguid has a lifetime of experience serving our community through his public service. Starting in 1989, he served as city councillor in Winnipeg for years. He went on to serve at the federal level as MP. He's founder of Sustainable Developments International, a firm specializing in environmental management and sustainable development. He's been chair of the Manitoba Clean Environment Commission, president and CEO of the International Centre for Infectious Diseases, currently parliamentary secretary to the Prime Minister and special advisor for water. Also, he has a lifelong interest in Indian culture and history, belonging to the Canada-India Parliamentary Friendship Group, and is a lifetime member of the Hindu Society of Manitoba. Congratulations, Mr. Terry Duguid.
Your Honor, Minister Anand, my two favorite Anitas, and I don't say that to all the Anitas, I want you to know. And good evening, friends, and I see so many in the audience, and I look forward to mingling a little later, and maybe I'll start by saying I think tonight we're all praying for the safety of Israeli and Palestinian citizens, and for peace, and for a future in the Middle East that is free of violence. I see Gustavo Zentner in the audience tonight, who had a vigil at the Asper Center last night, and the word I heard most often, Gustavo, was peace. I think we all want peace in our thoughts and prayers for the people of Israel and all those being affected. Firstly, thank you to the Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada for this great honor tonight. I am absolutely thrilled, and congratulations, Joan Durant, for your work with children and for receiving a well-deserved award tonight. Yes, this is Joan. And thank you for honoring the remarkable First Lady, Olena Zelenska, for all her work to build a peaceful, prosperous, and equitable Ukraine, even as an illegal and brutal war has been unleashed upon the people of Ukraine by Russia. I want to assure the First Lady, and I think all of us in the room would agree with this, as our Prime Minister did just a few weeks ago when we gathered in Toronto for a rally with President Zelensky, and it was pretty profound because I was sitting right behind the First Lady while her husband and the Prime Minister were giving speeches, but the Prime Minister said something that I know we all agree with. Canada will be there for Ukraine for as much as it takes and for as long as it takes, and we will. And it's great to see you. Yes, Canadian Congress friends were the first to applaud there, and it's great to see so many of you out tonight, great friends for many, many years that I've traveled to Ukraine with, and you know, it is really, really tragic what is happening there, but I think we have great hopes for peace and a new future for Ukraine. And thank you for honoring my colleague and friend, Minister Anita Anand, for her work supporting Ukraine and building peace through strengthening our alliances and doing so many other things. And I like to think of Anita Anand not only as Canada's former Minister of Defense, but also as our former Minister of Peace. She made the world more secure. Yes, let's hear it for Anita. And as has been mentioned, she saved many, many lives through procuring vaccines that were delivered in this very building. I remember most of us rolled up our sleeves here, and we have much to be grateful to Anita for in that regard. And folks, it was just wonderful hearing about her connection to Gandhi, how it shaped her life, and the values that she has brought to politics. And I see those values at work each and every day, and how our country has benefited from her service. She's very popular among her colleagues. She's now the Treasury Board President, so responsible for expenditure reduction, so she's going to be much less popular this year, I assure you. She doesn't cut any of my priorities. And folks, tonight I'm thinking of someone who's not in the room, and his name has been mentioned many times, but his spirit is certainly in the room tonight, and of course I'm referring to the founder of the Mahatma Gandhi Centre, Dr. Krishnan Dakshinamurti, Dakshi to many of us, Dr. Dak to others, and Dakshi was a dear friend and a mentor to me and so many of us in the room, a passionate defender of human rights and a proponent of peace here in Canada and around the world. And as you've heard, that commitment was born of his time on the front lines, protesting with Mahatma Gandhi, fighting for an independent India, and doing it non-violently. And we will miss him, we do miss him,
and it is wonderful to see Ganga, Soumya, Shamala, Doug, and all of you here tonight that will continue his legacy. Folks, let me end with this. This is a difficult time for the Canada-India relationship. Our people-to-people ties, our long history together will get us through this. And as many of you know, because many of you are longtime friends, there's a special place in my heart for India, for Indians, for the Indian community of Manitoba. And I'm certainly going to be doing my best to build bridges between our two countries and to continue to work hard for the amazingly diverse community, Indian community here in Manitoba. Building bridges. It is certainly what Dakshi would have wanted us to do. It is certainly what Gandhi would have wanted us to do. So thank you again for this wonderful award. God bless you all.
Thank you and congratulations to Terry Duguid. Those are our Community Development Awards tonight. And now to bring some greetings on behalf of the Wild Canoe, the Premier Designate of Manitoba, Malaya Marcelino, the MLA-elect for Notre Dame, is here to say a few words.
Good evening, everyone. Our Honorable Anita Neville, Honorable Anita Anand, to MPs, members of the legislature and city council, to all of our very special honorees tonight, and to all honored guests. My name is Malaya Marcelino, and I am the MLA-elect for Notre Dame, and I'm here to bring greetings and heartfelt thanks on behalf of Premier-designate Wild Canoe and the rest of our team. If you could believe it, just a little over 2 hours ago, I was at the mall with my sister who was visiting from out of town, just having that Shanghai 360, the Chinese food there, when I got a phone call saying, "We really need you to get to the Mahatma Gandhi Center for Peace Awards tonight." And I said, "Okay, what's that?" It's early days yet, and preparing for government is quite harried, and we're just doing all the best that we can. But it reminded me of the first and last time that I met Dr. Krishna Dakshinamurti. It was at a flag-raising event at City Hall not this summer, but the past summer. And there were hundreds of people there at the flag-raising ceremony. And I saw this very cute elderly couple that was, they stand out in a crowd of hundreds of people. The way that they were dressed, very elegantly, but also just like an energy that was radiating from them, and I had no idea who they were. And after the flag raising, I made my way to this really cute couple, and I introduced myself, and I got to meet them for the first time. No idea who they were, how important this couple is to our city and to our country. And I just wanted to meet them because I liked their outfits. And Dr. Dakshinamurti was so gracious. His wife said, "I think my outfit's better," because I was focusing on his outfit, but anyway. And he was so gracious towards me, and he invited me to the upcoming October 2nd celebration and events for Mahatma Gandhi here. And I remembered that because it was going to be on October 2nd, which was my younger brother's birthday. And so for the rest of the summer and the early fall, I was waiting for the invitation, and it never came. And I was checking out for it, and it never came. And I found out through the newspaper that he had passed away, and that was the only time that I was able to find out who this person was. Like a whole Winnipeg Free Press spread about him and his whole life, what a distinguished and very, very special person. later on in the legislature, our colleagues were able to give him a member statement, and his whole family was there, and that was very nice. But tonight, when I got that rushed call to come here, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, that invitation from Dr. Dakshinamurti came to me, and I remembered that he wanted me to be here. And so I also do believe he's somewhere smiling and very, very happy that you are continuing this very, very special work that meant so much to him. As a member of the legislature, it's really, really important that, you know, as we fight on about, you know, improving healthcare outcomes and, you know, better living conditions and working conditions for everybody, that we take a step back to remember how important that personal peace is, and that how important peace in the home is, and within the family, within our community, the absence of violence, because that's the only time that we can actually continue and keep on improving the conditions that we all need and that we all know need to be improved, especially for many people in our community across the province. So again, on behalf of Premier Designate Wapinu, who phoned me actually when I was at the mall to thank me for coming, on behalf of him and our entire team, I thank you for the work that you're doing, for uplifting those in our community that are stellar and that are doing this important work. And especially for those of us who are members of ethnic communities here in Canada as part of diaspora of other communities, you know, half of our hearts are always elsewhere. And so this is a very nice opportunity to always remember that, and to remember that we can be a stabilizing force here in Canada for other parts of the world, especially those other communities that we're also part of. So thank you, thank you, thank you for this opportunity to spend here with you today, and thank you for all your work as well.
Malaya Marcelino, the MLA-elect for Notre Dame, will remain on stage to help with the presentation of our next group of awards. You can see in your brochures, and you can read about all of the recipients of all of the awards tonight, though we will of course be introducing them by name. There's more information you can find about their amazing work in our community and why they're being honored by the Gandhi Center tonight. We move to the presentation now of the 5 Community Service Awards. I would like to begin by inviting Priyanka Singh to accept the award on behalf of the India Association of Manitoba. The India Association of Manitoba, established in 1965 to facilitate the arising needs of recent immigrants to Canada. During COVID, the organization made available 6,000 participant hours worth of free yoga, delivered food supplies to 1,000 people for a long-term basis, including women and children's hospitals, to keep our community connected. Congratulations.
Namaste everyone, I'm just very humbled to accept this award on behalf of the custodians and the board members of the India Association of Manitoba. Sorry, I'm not well, so we've all worked tirelessly for years, putting in lots of hard work, doing stuff for not only the Indian community, but the broader community in general in Manitoba. So I would like to thank all the board members and the volunteers. And thank you, Ganga Auntie, Soumya, Shamala, Sudhir Ji, and Anil for carrying on Dr. Dak's legacy. I'm sure he's smiling at us from up above and saying, Priyanka, keep up the good work. So thank you, everyone. Thank you again.
The next recipient we'd like to honor is Mr. Orion Memokio. We could give a round of applause. Rookie is a recipient of the Terry Fox Humanitarian Award and has worked for the inclusion of students with special needs at his high school. The Terry Fox Humanitarian Award is given to young Canadians who've overcome adversity in their lives to make positive impacts on community. Orion Remakio, a grade 12 student at Winnipeg's Garden City Collegiate, is the only Manitoban to win the award this year. Congratulations.
Good evening, everybody. I'm extremely honored to be the recipient of this award, and I want to give a big thank you to the Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada for the recognition. Right now, I'm surrounded by some amazing people in the audience right now. In all honesty, I never thought I'd be here right now speaking in front of you guys. In fact, I didn't even plan to have a speech, and I wrote this while I was eating soup. It's like a building full of superheroes right now, and I'm just grateful to be here with all you guys right here right now. So I'm glad to put a little smile on your faces right now and all that, so thank you. I'd like to start off with acknowledging the staff at my old high school, Garden City Collegiate, for all the support they've been giving me throughout all the years. They've been there for me every step of the journey. And I'd also like to give thanks to the kids with special needs that I worked with alongside our Garden City over the last 3 years. I shared so many memories with them. They filled my heart with joy and happiness every day, and they made me the best version of myself. My last words before I leave: be in service to others and act on love and peace. One of the main topics here that's been discussed is peace, so now I leave you guys with this. Peace out.
Congratulations. Next, Mr. Jajivan Mistry. Please, a round of applause. Mr. Mistry is a visionary leader in the Gujarati community to encourage and provide servant leadership in all that he does. He builds a platform, the Gujarati School of Language and Culture, where he's been instrumental in guiding and inspiring youth. Please come and accept your award. Congratulations.
Well, I'm really honored to receive this prestigious award tonight. When I had an email from Sudhir Kumar, I was shocked, because when you do community service, you don't expect any kind of awards, but you do your service. In this hall, we have so many past presidents of Gujarati Cultural Society who has also equally contributed. Oh, Sumita ji, she's my son's mother-in-law. She's taking my picture. I'm very honored. I hope she's okay.
We understand everything's all right. There's just been a small fall at the front of the stage, so we're going to tend to that, please, and make sure everyone's okay. And while we do this, we will congratulate once again Mr. Jajivan Mistry tonight. And we've been given the respectful go-ahead because we're just going to get settled here, but we don't want to draw too much attention to continue with our awards this evening, if we may. Next, I would like to quietly but respectfully as well call to the stage Dr. Anita Soni. Dr. Soni is Cardiac Sciences Medical Specialty Lead at St. Boniface Hospital and has been recognized by the Manitoba Medical Association and is a recipient of 11 awards, including awards for teaching excellence, inspiration, mentorship, and innovation. She's determined to focus on the cardiac sciences mission, which is to improve the health of Manitobans by providing the highest standard of patient-centered care, education, and research. Please, a round of applause.
Thank you, everyone. I was most excited to have the auspicious name of Anita Two amazing Anitas here tonight. So thank you. Thanks to the Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada. Very humbled to be here. My grandfather, Papa, who lived with us for a long time, would tell me stories about walking with Mahatma Gandhi, and that's all I remember. I wish I listened to him more, but certainly he talked about his teachings and philosophy of life. So I would dedicate this evening to my grandfather, Papa. Dr. Dakshinamurti was one of my teachers in medical school. And I see Dr. Ratna Bose also taught me in medical school. And as a clerk, I have Dr. Praveen Mehta. So I have many of my teachers here tonight. So I thank you all. And one of my passions is teaching medical students, and I've been doing that for, I'm not going to tell you how long I've been doing that. It was wonderful to see Aisha Khan and Devi Sharma, who are amazing women, and I look to you guys. And this year I embarked upon taking over the medical lead of the cardiac science program. So a bit of a shift from my teaching role into the administrative role, and hopefully we can succeed with providing great cardiac care to everybody across Manitoba. And we do have a lot of work to do, but I feel hopeful, especially after tonight, that we can overcome adversity, and hopefully I'll just do my best. I'm just a simple physician, but just trying to do my best. Thank you very much.
Congratulations to Dr. Anita Soni. And our final Community Service Award recipient tonight is Dr. Sean Armstrong. Dr. Sean Armstrong is the medical director for Seven Oaks Renal Program. Dr. Armstrong, with the help of a team, have created one of the largest home modalities programs in North America. And during the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a rise in kidney failure, requiring the initiation of dialysis. Dr. Armstrong trained American and Canadian radiologists and surgeons on the insertion of catheters for peritoneal dialysis, a gentler option for renal replacement therapy compared to what was previously available. Congratulations. The final winner of our Community Service Award tonight, Dr. Sean Armstrong.
So I have to be honest, I feel a little bit of an imposter here. It's really the people I work with that have created this program. To make everybody understand what world I work in, the majority of people don't really have a good life. Dialysis patients live to be about 5 years after diagnosis. We have a northern community that is just riddled with renal failure that end up having to bring patients down to live in Winnipeg. I get a little emotional, so I'm just going to start for a second. So, when we bring people down from their communities, we end up disrupting their whole lives, and it destroys their families. So what we've tried to do is create a program where people stay in their community, stay with their families, stay with their supports. We bring people down into Winnipeg, it destroys their whole family. The same with patients who've got malignant ascites. What normally happens, and I think all of us physicians know, they come into the emergency departments, they've got maybe 4 or 5 months to live, and every 4 or 5 days they come into the emergency department and wait 10 to 12 hours to be tapped, where they take off 10 liters of fluid, only to come back and wait again for 10 to 12 hours. It's absolutely horrific. So what we've done is we've created a program where I can put a PD catheter in somebody's belly, and I've done more than anybody in the world, for sure. My program, I should never say me, it's the people I work with. And it allows them to travel around in Canada, they see everything with their families, and their lives are actually so much better. They're not spending it there, and they're not feeling helpless. So it's something that we've created, and it's probably one of the biggest things I'm proud of for our group. Every time we do it for little kids, we do it for adults. It's absolutely amazing to see the families' faces and go through it. So I'm part of my friends that I work with. I'm honored to have this, but it truly is their honor. Thank you.
There are some amazing people among us in this province. Congratulations to all of our recipients. We are nearing the end of our awards tonight. This is sometimes, having been at this event before, one of my favorite times though, because we're about to hear from the future, from the young people. We have 5 students that we're about to acknowledge. 2 master's students will be honored next. They are the recipients of the Mahatma Gandhi Scholarships in Human Rights, tenable at the University of Manitoba. Not able to be with us tonight, but I still would like to congratulate her and have a round of applause. Cristina Figueiredo. And I'd like to invite to the stage the Donor Relations Officer of U of M, Econ Wudubang, and as well the second scholarship recipient, Trixie Nebutuan. Please come up to accept your scholarship. Say a few words, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I was not prepared to make a speech tonight, but I'm going to take this opportunity to thank the Mahatma Gandhi Center of Canada and the Dakshinamurti family for giving me the Mahatma Gandhi Scholarship in Human Rights. I'm going to make it short and sweet. I would not be here without the work of the community organizers, activists out in the streets fighting for human rights. It is with their love, dedication, care, and support that I'm able to do the work I'm doing. And I am looking forward to working with everyone here in the community to continue building a world where we have care, love, and support for each other. Thank you.
Congratulations and thank you for both being here tonight. Finally tonight, as I mentioned, young people are the future of peace everywhere. I'm thrilled our final presentations are the awards for the student essay competitions, a prize of $1,000 for 3 students who are here with us tonight. If Mr. Jason Hurton, a teacher at St. Paul's, and Mr. Derek Dabby, a school trustee in Seven Oaks, could please come to the stage, as well as Soumya Dakshinamurti and Dr. Doug Ailson, as we prepare to hand out the awards. We'll have you come to the stage, please, now. We will hear from Mr. Jason Hurton. We also will be inviting the students to accept their awards, Adria and Alam, Arya Satpal, and Ru Khan. But first, please, a round of applause for Mr. Jason Hurton.
Our amazing MC and broadcaster, I see. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, namaste, bonjour, and welcome to the Mahatma Gandhi Gala celebration in 2023. Let's celebrate, and with me is a distinguished teacher, Jason Horton, who is with me and will help us to celebrate 3 distinguished and amazing students who won the scholarship for the 2023 Mahatma Gandhi Essay Project. Jason will introduce them, but at this time, there's so many educators and university and college, should I say, representatives today here, but I'm remiss if I don't acknowledge at least 3 of them. From the Seven Oaks School, where I'm a trustee, we have our Assistant Superintendent, Mr. Tony Cromell, a wave please, and we have our very popular school board chairperson, Ms. Maria Santos. And my nephew, he is president of the Caribbean Canadian Heart Health Education, Captain Roy Singh. At this time, we'd like to celebrate and join us to really celebrate, because Mahatma Gandhi ji and Dakshinamurti ji and Ganga ji, this is the most happy time when we can let the students come up and say, realize what he wanted to say. Let the children lead us. And I see Debbie Sharma here. If you ever mention you, my favorite school board trustee. Counselor is here, Mr. Jason Martin.
So our first recipient this evening is Adria Anham Alam.
The letter is very memorable and is keepable, but there's $1,000 check goes for that, and sponsored by Dr. Soumya Dakshinamurti and Doug also.
Our second recipient this evening is Arya Sakpal. And our third recipient is Rojan Kahan.
One picture moment.
I love the writers. Would any of you like to say something? No, read our essays. Which is exactly what we should all do. The students wrote essays about peace. Of course, our three students tonight that were honored, as you heard, will receive the scholarship, the award of $1,000. And on the Gandhi Center's website, you can read their essays. They will be posted after this evening, and we encourage you there to go and to read their words as they inspire us to move forward. Congratulations. Once again, a round of applause for our students. And now to bring our closing remarks before we enjoy fellowship and dinner, Mr. Anil Seda.
I know I'm between you and dinner, so I'm going to try and keep this brief. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been truly a great evening. This evening has been filled with the spirit of peace, unity, and I would like to take this moment to express our sincere thanks to each and every one of you. First and foremost, I extend our profound gratitude to our distinguished guest, the Honorable Anita Neville, Lieutenant Governor of Manitoba. Peace Award winners, the Honorable Anita Anand, and in absentia, the Honorable Elena Zelenska, the Canadian National Congress, and all the honorees. Your dedication to peace, social commitments, and your efforts to make this world a better place are an inspiration to us all. Your presence here tonight has added immense value to this event, and we are honored to have you with us. A special thanks goes out to our sponsors and partners whose generous support has allowed us to organize this event and recognize the remarkable individuals and organizations committed to peace and the principles of Mahatma Gandhi. I would especially like to recognize our late past president, Dr. Dak, whose inspirational legacy we carry on today. And I would like to acknowledge the hard work and dedication of our event organizers, volunteers, and the entire team that has worked tirelessly behind the scenes to make this event successful. Without your dedication and enthusiasm, this event would not have been possible. Members of the event organizing committee, Dr. Ganga Dakshinamurti, Mr. Derek Davi, Mr. Jason Hurton, Dr. Soumya Dakshinamurthy, Ms. Ishika Khattar, and Ms. Surekha Joshi. Thank you all. Our heartfelt thanks goes out to our MC, Marcy Marcusa, Ivory Restaurant for the lovely food tonight, and the RPC Convention Center where we host this wonderful event. Last but not the least, our appreciation goes out to everyone who has joined us today, all of you who have taken time to join us tonight. Your presence here is a testament to your commitment to peace, community development, and your respect for the ideals of Mahatma Gandhi. As we leave this event, let us carry with us the inspiration, the spirit of peace, and the resolve to continue working towards a world that Mahatma Gandhi himself dreamed of, a world free from violence, discrimination, and injustice. Together, we can make his dream a reality. Thank you once again to all of you for being part of this remarkable evening. Let us continue to be the change we wish to see in the world, just as Mahatma Gandhi encouraged us to do. Wishing you all a peaceful and inspiring journey ahead. Good night. Thank you.
Thank you, Anil. And thank all of you. Our evening now turns to, as I said, fellowship, food, and friendship. And so I'd just like to alert you that there's a buffet at the back of the room. You've probably been smelling it through the evening. You can take both lines. The beverages in the bar is open once again. And once the evening wraps later, please enjoy your evening. Drive home safely. And I will say this. I do work at CBC. I've worked there for some 20 plus years. I didn't plan to spend my career in Manitoba, but I have. And I continue to watch this community grow and change and take steps sideways and backwards and forwards and forwards. And someone tonight said to me, why is media so negative? I can't take it anymore. And you know, I'm going to take that with me. Because I thought to myself, looking around the room, we could fill weeks and weeks of programming with all the stories of all of your accomplishments tonight. All of you amazing Manitobans. And so in the spirit of peace and love and light, thank you for having me tonight. Congratulations on to the first inaugural award being presented tonight globally on behalf of Dr. Dak. And congratulations to Mahatma Gandhi Centre of Canada. Good evening. As I said, drive safely and enjoy dinner. Thank you for coming. I forget something. If the award winners, please, everyone can make their way to the tables for food, but the award winners, if you received an award, could you please make your way to the front for one big group picture? Thank you so much. And now, please, eat.